So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this. Just look at me. Just look at me. I'm thick as shit. I really am. I've got bed hair, I've got a receding hairline, I've got a dodgy beard. I'm thick as shit. Actually saying that, I'm not thick as shit because I actually have a degree, which most people, well, not most people, but some people don't actually have. So I need to give myself a little bit of credit. Basically, there's way more intelligent people out there than me. I can make this, then I'm sure you guys can make this. I'm a very basic man, very basic. So I'm going back to my roots of where I started this channel with the student budget stuff at the university. I'm gonna show you how you make a budget fucking rack, which will cost you no less than £50. Nope. No more than £50. Depending on what wood you're getting, it's very hard to get hold of wood at the moment as everything is in lockdown. This will cost you way less than what you usually would pay for a fucking rack, which is like normally about 200. I'm just gonna show you how to make the rack. Also, just a quick one. I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comments critiquing what I've made. Listen, I don't really care. It's just a fucking rack at the end of the day. I'm just using it temporarily when this shit just goes over. You know, I'll be back in the gym before you know it. Hopefully, anyway. This is just a rack that I made because I know there's going to be, no, you shouldn't do it like that. You should cut it this particular way. And just fuck you. Yeah, it's just a bloody rack at the end of the day. And also, any of the clothing that you see in today's video, make sure you check out Legend London. Links all down low. Use my code George if there's anything that you fancy. Anyway, let's fucking do this video because I'm sure you don't want to hear me waffling about shit. My beard is disgusting. Look at that, disgusting. So we have some fencing wood, 8 foot, which cost about £7 from B&M. Then we have 3 6-footers, which are about £6.99, £7 from B&M as well. Then we need the big old famous drill. I need a saw, tape measure, some little things, whatever you want to call them, hammer, pen, some screws, and if you have like a big cutter thing, whatever you want to call it, chop saw, that's it, chop saw. Right, first things first, this is 8 foot. I'm going to measure half of it, so 4 foot. And then what I'm going to do is put a line 4 foot. So this is going to be like the, I don't know, the base 4 foot. And as you can see, put a little line there, and that is where we are going to cut. Got the cutter, simply just going to cut this in half, and these are going to be our 2 bases for the bottom of the rack. So I'm going to cut that in half with this meaty bad boy. Up next, I'm going to put a marker in the middle of these because obviously these are going to be our rack, or the bottom of the rack. So we need it halfway to actually build the rack itself. And this is going to be about, I don't know, about there somewhere, but I'll measure it out. It's half of 48, 24. Once you've marked it halfway, like I have done so there, you want to drill a hole each side of it so we're able to put the wood in. So a hole pretty much there, hole pretty much there. Same again, this one, hole there, hole there. Right, so up next, I'm going to screw the holes that I made. I'm going to screw it basically to the wood that's going to be standing up for the rack. Pretty straightforward. 2 holes, put them in there, boom, that's 1 rack done. And there you have it, your 2 sides to your rack. Very straightforward, that part. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut some wood, which can attach from here to roughly about here, both on the same size, just to give it a little bit of stability, and then obviously put it together. So if you don't have this cutter here, your saw will actually have, I don't know if you can see that, it have 90 degree right there, and it have 45 degree right there. So you can line it up as in that's 90 degrees, and then when you move it like that, that's going to be 45. That cut there going across there is going to be 45 degrees, and of course that's going to be 90 degrees. If you haven't got that, you can still do it with a saw. It just might take you a little bit longer. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to drill a hole going through there like that, so that can attach in there, and then one down here as well, so that can go through and it can attach like that. So now you cut your holes in your wood to put it together. So you need some screws, and we'll drill it into there, and then it's going to attach like that. So put one brace on each of the uprights. So this piece of wood here is going to be our cross member, where we're pretty much going to have that sticking in between the two, so it just gives it a little bit of stability between the two brackets. So I'm going to drill a hole here, and I'm also going to drill a hole there as well on each side. Eventually your rack should look like that, and all you need to simply do now is get maybe something like this, and then you want to drill a hole for it, and eventually that will be your pin to put your barbell or whatever you're going to put there. It should come up looking like that. So you mind quickly, what I've done is I've got these bits, added it there. I've also added a little bit of wood here, drilled 2 holes so it just sits there so it doesn't roll off, and then we've got some copper pipe here to help when the bar is actually in the rack, and when you're putting weight on one side it doesn't tilt. So these will help, and this will just keep it locked in like that. So you could have it set up exactly like that, or you want to be a risk taker, then don't have that at all. Once drilled in, that's what it looks like. So you have your barbell on here. You can have another one, so for example that's for your benching, and up here is for your squatting. You can do so, you can have different levels to the pin like a normal rack, but for now we're just going to drill one for the sake of this video. Drill one there and then whatever on the other side. So there's actually 2 things you could do with this. One is this hook bit where you put your barbell on. You can actually angle that so you can put it down so the actual bar sits in the rack without it moving, because what I don't want anyone doing is I don't want anyone fucking killing themselves when using it. So what you can do is you can tilt that forward just a little bit, and then the rack, so it's kind of angling down like this, if that makes sense. And then what you'll do is you'll put your rack, your bar through there. Sorry, keep saying rack, no idea why. Another thing you can do with this, you can use that as a pull-up, or you can do your pull-ups there. So what I would do is I'd actually find something where you can kind of smooth the top bit out so you don't cut your hands or anything on the wood, and you can use that as a pull-up bar. You can get your pulley system, what I mentioned in my last video, and you can get yourself a hook it in like that, and you've got yourself a little pull down station as well. Little thing you can do just off the top of my head with that side of things. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed today's video. If there's anything else you want to see in next video, I'm going to get my missus to cut my hair. My missus apparently says that she can cut her hair, but I've got nothing to lose right now. If she fucks it up, I'll just go skinhead, because I've still got a beard, so I think I'll look alright with a skinhead. Be on the lookout for my next video where the missus decides to cut my hair, so I'm a little bit about that. I'm also going to be doing a Q&A as well in the next videos. Comment down below bin. That was my tripod just then, a bin. Great. I'm gonna wash my hands after doing that. Anyway, lots of love. I'll see you guys in the next one.